When we start a conversation about supply chains, we like to start with one fundamental question. Is your supply chain a competitive advantage? And it's very telling because if it is, you're likely poised for profitable growth. If the answer is maybe or no, you're probably headed for stagnating growth or deteriorating financial performance. But a lot of people are afraid to ask that question because even if there is a lot of upside, they're worried making changes to supply chains can be incredibly risky or expensive. We've actually had a lot of luck proving that to be false. We can manage the risks and the upsides are tremendous. Typically, we see a 5 or 10% reduction in cost of goods at a very attractive return on investment. And the way that we found that really changes the dialogue around supply chains is to take a very different approach, to break away from incremental changes and say, let's take a blank sheet of paper and think in a very unconstrained way about what the perfect supply chain would look like. So we start to say, what is the portfolio today? Where is it going? So this brings the sales and marketing folks to the table. And then we involve the procurement team, the engineers, the operations, and build what would be the perfect supply chain to work with that portfolio and help us to win. And what that really does is gives us the opportunity to have breakthrough thinking and understand how good things could be and to outline what the true benefits would be if we could achieve that. Now you have to come back to reality eventually and say, how much of that benefit can we capture? The good news is most of it. And we get there by saying, let's create a number of scenarios, everything from that perfect supply chain to things that are very small improvements over today and a number in between. And it allows us to say, where is it that we're getting lots of benefit for little cost? And where are the breakpoints where the costs get very big? As well as a very important concept, which is to say, are there small changes that we can make in the portfolio or otherwise that just unlock additional pieces of value that could help goose the returns and give us even more competitive advantages? And so when we find going through this process, you also learn that phasing out the changes over time allows you to take advantage of natural breakpoints. Contracts expire. There are natural reinvestment cycles. And so instead of reinvesting in bad assets, you're putting the money towards new ones, and the aggregate dollar spend doesn't go up. At the end of the day, we end up with attractive returns on the project, an improved cost base, added flexibility to supply innovation, and a virtuous cycle then that feeds on itself going forward.